Hey guys, Carlina here with the 1309-27 Congruence WOD demo. I'm going to show you how to do the static leg raises with a neutral external and internal bias first. You're going to come to lay on your back, feet together and more or less relaxed. All the way down, palms down, low back presses into the ground. On your exhale and on your inhale, you get 360-degree expansion through your core in order to ground it into the ground, even through your lumbar spine in the curve of your low back. All right, you can get that concave belly as you exhale fully as well, pushing the air out from your pelvic floor all the way through, even tucking your chin slightly and getting a little bit of compression in your throat to really, truly press all the air out. Then, hover your heel off the ground, exhale, and then 6 count, inhale to the top with your leg as straight as possible. Again, I know I've said this about a million times, when your knee begins to bend because your hamstring is too tight, that's where you stop. You can pretend like there is a crayon attached to the bottom of your heel, and you're going to paint or draw a straight line along the back wall and then along the ceiling to help you. You can imagine shooting a laser beam out of your heel, whatever trick you need to do in order to get yourself to stay foot flexed, super duper flexed, so that your hamstring is straight and you're moving your leg as one solid unit, not as thigh and shin leg. All right, so let's see. You're doing 10 each side of neutral. So your neutral is just toes straight up. Of course, there are things in my way. All right, so the external bias, you're going to, on your 10th and final neutral neutral leg raise, turn your toes to face in the same direction as whatever side you're doing. So right side, toes face the right, left side, toes face the left, and you're going to about a 30 or 45-degree angle out with resistance, keeping both hips grounded, engaging your obliques on the opposite side to keep your leg from collapsing down to the ground. So you can bring it to hover about an inch. Inhale, and then inhale to the top, exhale all the way down, inhale, toes stay out to the top, exhale down, inhale to the top. On the 10th and final one, you're going to take your toes, point them to the opposite side direction. So if they're externally rotated, you're going to internally rotate them. We talked about the sagittal plane midline the other day that bisects from the third eye center down your nose, halfway down through your heart, through your navel, all the way down, creating your left and your right side. So you're turning your toes towards your midline, your sagittal plane midline. Learning experiences, learning moments. Okay. And then you learn them out same side. If you are super struggling in order to, if you know, like you hit a wall about here, that's fine. Just stop. Don't let yourself collapse down. Keep control. Just bring it back. You might need to make a smaller arc with the internal rotation, or maybe not. Maybe you're super boss and you can do those things without a struggle. If so, kudos. If not, work on it. Always something to work towards. Wood choppers. Let me find a prop here. So let's pretend that this stack of CDs is a kettlebell. I'm holding the ball of the kettlebell, handles up here. For wood choppers, up and then across the body. Control on the way up with a little bit of a twist. Don't overextend in your low back and throw your back out and splay open in your hips over here. Keep everything locked down tight. And you just control up, control up, and control down. Control up, control down. Control up, control down. Okay? Wood choppers. For your handstand push-ups, scale them. If you need to do a piked push-up instead, go ahead and do a piked push-up. Toes on a box, hips up high, crown of head to the ground, 90-degree angles as you lower yourself down, keeping external rotation by shining your elbow creases forward, just like in any of your good pushing positions. For your pull-ups, if you don't have, even if you have banded kips, I want you to just do, jumping pull-ups. Unless, of course, you have kips, go ahead and work your kipping pull-up if you have kips. If you have kips and you're working on butterflies, do butterflies. If you have butterflies, work on chest to bar, push your limits a little bit, except if you don't have the kip, I want you to move kind of quickly through this movement. If we experience a backlog on the pull-up bar, somebody can do jumping pull-ups on the hangboard, and that won't be a problem. So don't do the kipping pull-ups on that because of the torque, but if there are people who are working on jumping pull-ups that are coming after a person who has kipping pull-ups or another person who is already on the bar that's working on jumping pull-ups, go ahead and just use the hangboard. And so with your push press, what I want you to do is I want you to start strict. In other words, no hip pop to initiate the movement, just from the rack position to the overhead. However, once you start getting tired, I do want you to go ahead and get the push press action going, but I want you to start with strict presses, and as you need to, go ahead and work to the push press in order to finish out the movement with efficiency. So that about sums it up. I hope you guys are having a good, or if nothing else, manageable week in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I'll see you in a month.